All right, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. Hey, everybody, I'm Daddy Sam, and you are tuned into episode 73 of A Touch of Gay podcast. This is my weekly leather-scented sit-down with you, where I share what's going on at my kitchen table, as well as the kitchen table of the LGBTQ plus fishbowl that I find myself in. And we've got a few things to talk about today. We're going to be talking about some of the newest leather titles. Encuerado Latin Fetish Weekend is coming up really fast, and also a little bit of, more disappointment yet in the Log Cabin Republicans. So let's get right into it. Daily inspiration, which is where I like to start our episode, gets us off onto a direction. And this is something that comes from our social media, which is A Touch of Gay Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. We don't do the X for obvious reasons. And today, our daily inspiration simply reads this: struggle and conflict is neither good nor bad. It just is. It just is. And this is from one of my daily inspirations that I get from the elders, the Native American elders, the Four Seasons book. You can find it on Amazon. The back context to this is that everything that grows experiences conflict. When a deer is born, it is through conflict. When a seed first grows, it is through conflict. Everything has seasons of growth. We all have seasons of growth. And conflict usually precedes clarity. The general idea this gets to is that whenever we're struggling with something, whenever we have conflict in our life, the light at the end of the tunnel is that that's just part of growth. It's part of change. It's part of getting clarity. This means a lot to me because whenever I feel like there's conflict and struggle in my life, it's usually getting my head around things, or something comes up in life and I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to deal with this? What kind of changes do I need to make? What kind of rearrangements do I need to make in my thinking or in my priorities? What do I need to throw off the plane? If I take action, if I try to figure out what it is and to make the changes necessary, conflict is usually nice little cherry on top, ends with clarity. You get clarity at the end of conflict. In a perfect world, which of course we know it's not perfect, but for everybody out there that's going through some form of struggle and conflict, just know it's not good or bad. It just is. And it's just it's part of the season of growth that we all go through. All life on the planet goes through this season of growth. Anything that grows, that is born of conflict. So get used to it. All right, so moving on, I'm going to check in, and I'm just going to put it right out there. I have been under the weather in the last few days. I'm actually a little bit behind schedule in recording our podcast this week, and so it's going to be a little bit lighter episode. I just haven't had the energy to put a long set of content together. We have content, but I'm trying to get through it, and so I'm trying to make this as good, as interesting as I can, and I'm one of these people that I get really emotionally broken when I'm sick and I'm not feeling good. The whole world is ending. Oh my God, nothing's ever going to be good again. And I get sad and I get very tender. I get emotional, right? And so I was just getting ready to come sit down here and record this. And if you are seeing our episode on YouTube, if you watch us on YouTube, I've always got my Sock Monkey cup here that I am very sentimentally attached to. Always part of our show. And I only use it for the show. I don't use it in my daily life for the most part. I went out to get Sock Monkey down from the cupboard and make coffee. And my husband, he just cares for me. He already had this cup queued up, sitting on the Keurig coffee maker, ready to go. He was already thinking of me, and it just almost made me cry. I was so touched. So thank you to my husband for thinking of me once again. I so much appreciate you. So under the weather this week, light content this week. I will share with you that my other channel, Test Driven TV, where I review new cars, a couple of interesting cars this week. Last week, I reviewed the new 2026 Volkswagen Tiguan. It is in its third generation, and it's relatively new design, new interior, and dare I say it, it sort of falls into the gay cars category. The last generation was kind of blah, it was more of a rental car. They've really upped the game in terms of design and quality and performance and all the things gays like in their vehicles. And so I just did a review on that. It's up on the Test Driven TV YouTube channel. There is a link down in the show notes, both in YouTube and on our podcast platforms, if you want to check that out. And it just so happens I'm testing another car this week. The review's not done yet, but it also kind of falls into the gay car category, in my opinion. This is the Hyundai Ioniq 9, big 3-row electric SUV. Now, SUVs, and this one actually kind of leans minivan just a little bit, doesn't always fall into the gay car category, but the design of this thing is like straight out of Palm Springs mid-century art. And it's the one I have is a really rich, vibrant metallic green, and it has a minty green and white leather interior. How gay is that? And so I'll be doing the review on that here in the next couple of days. That'll be up on the channel. So if that EV interests you, check it out here in about a week. To our content, leather news. We have some new leather titles that have been announced in the last week. Mr. Kink, which is down out of Palm Springs. Pup Hades, who's someone I've been kind of an admirer of. He's really good looking, but he's a great creator. He does a lot of creative, good, interesting stuff out there in the social media and in film, photography, and so on. He's been an excellent representative for Mr. Kink. He just handed over the sash this week to a new guy, Sky Russell, who is Mr. Kink 2027. His Instagram handle, which is Ropes and Gears, can be found down in the show notes or on the screen if you happen to be watching this on YouTube. So congratulations, Sky. And I want to move on to Cincinatti Leather. Now, Cincinatti Leather, it's a title that I only became aware of when my friend Alex won it last year, Mr. Cincinatti Leather. And he carried that title all year. He carried it to International Mr. Leather, and he made the podium last year. And I'm proud to say that he's a close friend of mine. I care about him very much. And we tried to do our best to help him win last year. And he did very well at that event last year, and he carried the title well. Well, he passed it off this last week to Mix Cincinatti Leather, Sir Domino. And they also have another title, Cincinnati Critter, and congratulations to Puppy Alice. Sir Domino and Puppy Alice, congratulations to you both, and good luck with your titles this year. And it just goes to demonstrate once again that the leather community is one of the most inclusive communities out there relative to different types of leather, different types of people. And so I just congratulate everybody here that won in the last week or so. Now, an event I want to talk about this week, which is actually one that's coming up very, very soon, Encuerado Latin Fetish Weekend down in Los Angeles. This is actually on Labor Day weekend, so it's only a couple weeks away, September 3rd through the 6th in Los Angeles. Encuerado brings together leather, fetish, and kink enthusiasts from across the U.S. and Latin America for an unforgettable Labor Day weekend in Los Angeles, featuring the Mr. Cuero Leather Contest, social events, artists, vendors, and a lot of opportunities to connect. There's a lot of parties going on down there. If you know what I'm saying, just look at their website, EncuradoWeekend.com. The link is down in the show notes, whether you're on YouTube or on the platforms of podcast. And this is an event that's actually been growing and getting a lot of traction. And the Latin community has really been making inroads into the leather community. And it's a beautiful thing because these are beautiful men. They bring a different flavor of leather to the scene. And when we were at IML last year, there was a big Latino contingent having a big party one night down in the hotel lobby. And it was huge. We had music playing, people were dancing, and people from all over the world, Latin America and the United States. It was quite a showing, and it was a sense of community. So if you're interested, if this pushes your buttons, Encuerado Latin Fetish Weekend, Los Angeles, Labor Day weekend, tickets are available right now. And of course, the big contest, Mr. Cuero, and that will be a title that typically goes and competes at IML. So congratulations to all of you down there with this event and its continued success, and I wish you success this year for the event. Catch of the week. So this is the thing that usually catches my eye on social media once a week. Sometimes it's happy, joy. Other times it just really disappoints me or makes me sigh. And this is one of the weeks where I just kind of shake my head and I go, forgive them for they know not what they do. Or maybe they do. The Log Cabin Republicans announced this week that they no longer support trans rights. Shocker, not. Yeah, so LCR drops the T. According to the LGBTQ Nation, the board of directors of the Log Cabin Republicans, LCR, a group whose website currently bills itself as an organization of conservative LGBT people building a more inclusive GOP. They announced that it's dropping the transgender people from its mission. That's more inclusive, right? If you're going to be more inclusive, you start dropping people from your mission. Yeah. While trans people can still join the group, they say, the mission change suggests an alignment with the current administration's anti-trans crusade. And now, if you look through their website, the T is gone from all of their acronyms. It's LGB only. Well, congratulations, Log Cabin Republicans, for being more inclusive. Nobody in the world is shocked. And I could really go on a tirade about this, but I'm not going to. All I'm going to say is, this just reminds me of history where even in the 1930s, there were a lot of Jews who supported Hitler. So there it is. That's our episode for today. It's a short episode. If you have any comments, please drop those on YouTube. If you agree with me or don't agree with me, please do. Note that we do approve all comments on YouTube, just to keep the trolls out. You can also send me an email, daddysam@atouchofgay.com. Our website, atouchofgay.com. You can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. A Touch of Gay Pod is our handle. Our podcast drops every Sunday on all of the major podcast platforms, sometimes early on YouTube, Saturday, sometimes Friday. Could be a little later this week. And of course, we also play on gayphx.com every Monday at 10 a.m., our latest episode. And we want to thank them for supporting us. And you can also find our episodes, the best of episodes, every weekday at 10 a.m. as well. That's all I got for you today, folks. I am going to go and finish the edit on this episode, and I'm going to go crawl back into bed and try to heal a little bit and have my husband make me some more coffee maybe. So have a good week, everybody. I love you. And if you're watching us on YouTube, you can see our latest video right to my left, your right. Please do subscribe by hitting the big round logo right below that. Or if you're on a podcast platform, please do subscribe there and leave us a nice review. Either way, stay tuned.